But I really would like maybe, Satya, that you tell me a bit how to empower youth in this transformation, because this is a big challenge in Africa. We need to create jobs, opportunities in innovative agricultural systems. How can we empower youth? And I didn't hear much about vocational training and skills-based. Is there a bit of work around or research around youth and skills in terms of empowerment, and what is youth's presence besides maybe the blah blahs? What are youth going to do, and what should we empower them to do from an operational point of view?
Maybe I could offer something on this.
Yes, Ravi, go ahead.
So the essence of agroecological approaches is knowledge. And what we are seeing with the development of new technology, particularly in smartphone technology, there's a huge opportunity now for youth who are tech savvy to become the interlocutors, to become the advisors into these systems. Also to create micro enterprises based on and around technological platforms. GIZ did a study some years ago now in 27 African countries about what the youth wanted. Most of them were willing to stay in rural areas and do agriculture if they had access to technology, if they could live in the 21st century. I think knowledge-based systems and knowledge-intensive systems that require innovation and context-specific adaptation could be the way forward. Plus, value chain strengthening and opportunities in developing those value chains could absorb even more people. So if we are to transform smallholder agriculture so that it is fit for the 21st century and is, as Walter put it, is one of our pillars for climate response, then I think there is a huge opportunity for youth and for women in this, with the advent of new technologies and more equitable social media. So there's lots more to say about this, but if I do, then I'll miss my flight, and then I won't be in Frankfurt when I'm supposed to be. So I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you very much for having me.
Thanks a lot, Ravi, and have a safe flight back. Thanks a lot. Walter and Satya, maybe two messages, because I need to exit at 11:30 sharp. I have another meeting. So then,
sure, Leonard. Me too. I'll have to leave in 3 minutes as well. So
go ahead,
it's a great question that you asked about youth, and actually in Andhra Pradesh, as Vijay will testify, we are already seeing significant improvements to the way youth look at agriculture. There are children that were working in good white-collar jobs in cities are actually coming back to work with their parents. And I have myself met young girls and that were working in banks or engineering companies that are actually saying, this is way better, both economically and in terms of a self-actualization perspective. And it also deals with the rural to urban migration and reverses it. So we certainly need to capture the data and the metrics much more effectively. But we have seen very strong evidence of young people seeing this as a viable career option because it is remunerative. The one thing that we haven't talked much is the fact that once you shun synthetic chemical fertilizers and pesticides, the cost of farming drops significantly. And that then adds to the bottom line. Even if your yields remain constant and you're not making more money because it is clean produce, you still make much more money because your input cost dropped substantially. And I think that's also something that is attracting younger people. So I think here is a tremendous opportunity to actually keep younger people in the villages, because there are real livelihood opportunities for them now, not an imaginary opportunity in the cities, because our cities are getting clogged, and as you would know, India has 21 of the worst 30 cities in the world in terms of air pollution. So it's not a better living condition that people are going from the villages to the cities. It's a miserable living condition, but they don't have any other choice because the alternatives are simply not present. So we could possibly build on that and bring about young people the same way Andhra Pradesh has managed to mobilize women self-help groups also to start thinking about self-help groups of young people that can then perhaps add to the groundbreaking results that we are already seeing. Thank you.
Thanks, Satya. Look, Walter, 1 minute, and then I need. You are muted, Walter. I will need to wrap up, and I would like Ellen to follow up on the youth and women dimension and on the digital dimension as well, because all this has to be embedded in a digital transformation that we need to get a bit this narrative more clear in the follow-up to these webinars. Walter, over to you.
Look, very, very quickly, Ravi raised this question about youth when he was talking about landscape or catchment level scale regeneration, because there's enormous opportunities for youth in eco enterprises, mentored assistance when you come into a catchment at a landscape level. Here are the whole new, basically pioneer innovators who are coming into that region. So enormous opportunities for young people to get involved in new farming regenerative enterprise.